1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi friends, welcome to first Infosec podcast, your guide to the world of informational security. This is episode number 10, and today's guest Saltanat Mashirova, experienced advanced cybersecurity architect at Honeywell, president of ISACA Astana Chapter, founder of Women in Cybersecurity Kazakhstan, Presidential Scholarship Awardee for the University of California's Master's Program, focusing on networked systems, and certified in CISSP, GICSP, GRID, CISM, CISA, TOGAF, ISA, and ISO. Woohoo! That's huge! Welcome, Saltanat.
Thank you for having me here. So yeah, you introduced me very well. So currently, yes, I work as an advanced cybersecurity architect at Center of Excellence in Dubai. So basically, the Honeywell is a Fortune 100 company, and then it has 3 cybersecurity labs, which is US, Singapore, and in Dubai.
You know, we all started from somewhere. How did you get into cybersecurity?
Of course. So basically, my bachelor degree was in Kazakh National Technical University in Almaty. So I was with scholarship, studied. My major was basically electrical engineering. Then after that, I went to the Bolshak to study in the University of California, Irvine, but networked systems. So basically, networked systems means you usually start from the IT, right? As an IT manager or IT administrator or whatever. So once I came back, by the way, I have 2 kids, so I was quite in maternity leave. And then I started my journey with Samro Kazana. Though they didn't have, and then they didn't have any people responsible for information security. So I needed to handle basically everything related to information security as well. So I found it quite exciting. So I managed tools like DLP, all the security related tools. And then they switched me to the information security role. So this is the beginning of my journey.
Cybersecurity is a massive field. It includes many different directions. What do you feel passionate about in cybersecurity?
So I would say usually when I speak, I tell with the stories. So my kids ask me always, why, Mom, you love your job? Sometimes they say you love your job better than us. My answer is always, Mom is trying to make this world better, to make more safe, to be a little bit hero in this world. So that's why I think I love this cybersecurity. I'm trying to protect human lives, critical infrastructure mainly.
I know you work at Honeywell, and I guess your job is quite interesting. What is your biggest challenge at work?
So let me clarify here because most people don't understand. So in Honeywell, I work in cybersecurity in operational technologies, which means I'm involved with the critical infrastructure like oil and gas, water, electricity, everything that is related to the physical process. So because impact can be loss of human lives, environmental damage. So I don't work in IT side, which means financial organization like websites or all these things. Yeah, we're in Kazakhstan is going towards this way, and it's good. So the biggest challenge in my industry, the first thing, threats are increasing, vulnerabilities are discovered every day, thousands of them. So I always need to be one step ahead of the attackers, which means I need to constantly learn. I never sometimes I complain why I choose this field because all my book, my podcast is all about cybersecurity. My videos is all about my cybersecurity. Even I had when my husband says, okay, let's have a movie night. Okay, let's watch movie about WikiLeaks or related to the challenge. is you have to always learn. It's
Okay.
every time when you learn new things. Today I was talking with my colleague. I say, I still feel I know nothing. Yeah, because you still, it's like I need to always monitor the threats, what's happening in the world, what kind of vulnerabilities are out there. It's beside of the work that you are doing.
You are the holder of so many well-known certificates, including CISSP, GICSP, ISO, and others. Which one of your certificates do you value the most and why?
So in cybersecurity, I think this is the only area cybersecurity has so many certifications. And I know for that the reason, because it's, as I said, technology changing and certificates usually keeps up to date all the knowledge. So all my certification in different areas. So GICSP grid is all about, it's from SANS Institute. It's mostly related to critical infrastructure. CISM and CISA is related to the auditing, information security governance. ISA is for critical infrastructure again. So I value most CISSP. I always advise go for CISSP first, because it gives you holistic view to the cybersecurity, and it will help you to understand the concept. So in cybersecurity and information security, concept stays same. The only thing that changes technology.
Yep.
So this CISSP gives you concept, and then you can move on whatever your direction it is, whether it's cloud, whether it's pen testing, whether it's critical infrastructure. You just go with this after CISSP.
Cybersecurity is a trending field nowadays. Why do you think cybersecurity is so important for now, and will it be so in the future?
I would say I want to quote, I think, one Microsoft CEO, Chief Executive Officer. I just finished a book yesterday, which is called Sandworm. It's quite interesting book. So there is one chapter that in 2017, Microsoft CEO, Chief Executive Officer, went to the Geneva. He was saying on the stage that after World War II in 1949, governments gathered and agreed, even in the wartime, they will protect civilians first, right? So the Microsoft Chief Executive Officer telling 2017, right now we have cyber war in the cyberspace. Why governments don't come together and agree, even if there will be attacks between governments, but there will be no attacks in medical institution, no attacks to the energy, to the water utility, which is the main things for human lives, right? So that's why I say we're entering to the world where everything like thermostat, like traffic lights, water, like I said, that we are drinking, everything is becoming digital. I had a funny story with my mom. My mom said, why you didn't lock your door? I'm like, Mom, I don't have anything in my valuable things at home. Everything in my mobile now. So I don't keep anything at home anymore. So all this, I was explaining her, all the criminals right now are online, not offline. So yeah, that's why cybersecurity is becoming a huge issue now. As I said, at the end, we will end up losing our privacy as well.
And I heard about your project, Women in Cybersecurity in Kazakhstan. I think it's a great initiative. How did you come to the idea of starting Women in Cybersecurity in Kazakhstan?
Yeah, it's interesting. So when I started my career in cybersecurity, started preparing to certification, I had two toddlers. They're 7 and 8, of course, but at that time they were small. And I started seeking advice. I needed to have a mentor to get some life hacks, advice, but they were all men. Okay, you just go for months, close your door, and do your labs or prepare. I'm like, no, I'm still breastfeeding my child. So I need something from woman's side, how I can be successful in this cybersecurity. So I couldn't find it. So my mentors came. I found most women in Canada and the US were as a role model. Then I realized that there are only few women in Kazakhstan. Another thing I realized that in Kazakhstan, we still have this mentality of getting married, having kids, like there's no nanny basically, yeah. So this is a first priority, and and cybersecurity is a hard field, it's hard to manage. We need emotional support. So all these things that I experienced, as I say, I went from the hard way, and I realized there is no woman in Kazakhstan cybersecurity. I mean, professional way.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to find this community in order just to share our experience, support emotionally, I would say, and in terms of kids even, because sometimes we share like in cybersecurity chat, like working mom, according to the research, working mom, kids are more successful because I travel a lot, and then I have a lot of guilt, in front of my kids.
So mental support,
Yeah, it's like one time I went to my husband's side. Не дейсің? Скипер дейсің ба? Шай құй давай, говорит, дұрыстап. То есть, I mean, so that's why I decided to find women in cybersecurity. To be honest, we only have, I think, 120, and then certified ones, very few. Maybe this new generation is coming up, but with my generation, we are very few, unfortunately. So I'm trying to do this webinars, support them, and also I was volunteering. I just want to a little bit advertise here about volunteering activity. It's ICANAT in Kazakhstan, established BI group. So it's basically helping the people from the villages to mentor them. So my idea was, I said, I need girls from the village and who are going to the IT and cyber. First, one girl came to me with zero English. Then after 1 year, she got a scholarship in Nazarbayev University.
Whoa.
So she passed, IELTS, everything without attending any course at all. So that's why I want to, whoever is listening, I want to invite them to be a mentor, because those kids are very talented. They need someone support, just support them mentally, sometimes maybe a little financially, but 90% it is mentally, because we have a lot of resources in internet for free, right?
You're doing so important work, it's like whoa, mind blowing.
So when people ask me why I'm doing, I say, first of all, I'm very grateful for my country because I studied by Bolashak, yes. I studied in my bachelor degree by scholarship as well. Without that, I mean, I would have ended up being a seller maybe somewhere, maybe, or I don't know. And that's why I'm very thankful. I'm trying to do not just criticize the government, but even if I'm changing maybe 0.001%, but I'm changing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm not criticizing. Even remotely, I'm doing it. Yeah.
ISACA is a global organization with a long history. What is your job as president of the ISACA Astana Chapter?
So it's a non-profit organization. It's basically it has been originated from US around 1967. So it basically provides industry-leading, industry-based information security governance, auditing, and it has a lot of certifications. And of course, they have a lot of blogs, training, up-to-date webinars to help all the community members to enhance their knowledge. So they have chapters in 180 countries.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all around the world. To be honest, it's I'm president of ISACA Astana Chapter in Kazakhstan. Unfortunately, compared with other countries, our members are very, very small. Certified members, it's less than 100. So I've seen in small countries, like there are like 4,000 members, 4,000 certified people. Like even in UAE, it's like almost 1,000 people.
Oh.
So also, I would like to add here, I always say, I'm quoting one of the guy in Kazakhstan, his words, IT can be best in Kazakhstan. That's fine in a countrywide, but cybersecurity must be best in the world. So
Yeah.
he must have world certified knowledge, which ISACA is giving. Yeah. So my mission, first of all, is what I'm doing. Yes, realistically, I'm providing webinars for free. Let's say the last webinars were about critical infrastructure cybersecurity, just as an introduction, how the network is organized, what is a problem there, resources to study. Then we had about certifications as well. So the first thing is about improving the knowledge of the, basically, it's one chapter, Kazakhstani peoples in cybersecurity.
Yep.
Then second, to get them certified. Certified means they get world-known certification and, of course, knowledge and qualification, right? And after that, they need to maintain this cert. How? By attending the conferences, by attending the webinars and all of these things. So the main purpose is to enhance knowledge as a volunteer. We don't get any payment, anything. We're all volunteer because people thought, oh, you're president and you're here and you're there. How much you're earning?
You
I'm
have
like,
maybe you have so big salary.
yeah, they think, yeah, I'm like, I'm in Maldives every week. No, I
So you are in Dubai.
yeah, thankful to Honeywell in Dubai. Yeah, I got the salary from Honeywell, but the ISACA, we are all volunteers. Our main purpose is to help our Kazakhstan people in terms of cyber knowledge, to enhance their knowledge. Unfortunately, government, nobody is involved. We are trying by ourselves. Like when I organize webinar, I text them, I find speakers and I ask them, can you please do webinar for free for 1 hour? So it's all done by volunteers. Nothing, no funding, nothing. It's a nonprofit, and if somebody is listening, if somebody wants to cooperate with us, we're very happy. Like we cooperated with Astana University. I was a diploma project supervisor as well. So we tried to cooperate with university, but since I'm far away right now, it's a little bit hard, but at least we're trying to do webinar. Of course, I want to do conference, like big conference, but it requires funding, everything, as I said.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, looking, and I don't want the conference to be sales speech, like getting, okay, Trend Micro sponsor me, and it will be to be more like educational level. As we know, you are on the list of 40 under 40 of top cyber news magazine. What do you think helped you the most to be ranked among 40 under 40 of top cyber news magazine? To be honest, I didn't expect that. First of all, many people think about me, especially in Kazakhstan, that I have a PR team who was doing some PR in my LinkedIn account. But I always say how it happened. Nurjao, ISACA, director of education in ISACA, he used to tell me, you need to share how you started. So I joined LinkedIn just for the purpose. They offered me 1 month free CISSP learning. Oh, yeah. So I'm not active. I don't have Instagram, so I'm not active. I don't have time because I have kids. So basically, I joined LinkedIn in order to just learn this free CISSP. Because I didn't have budget to attend the training. So I subscribed for that, and they asked me to open the LinkedIn account. I opened, and then when I got the CISP, I just shared the badge. I shared the badge. So then I got from Canada, one woman contacted me. Oh, I've never seen in ex-Soviet Union countries in Central Asia the woman with these credentials. Like, can I invite you to the conference in Canada, like for the virtual attend? So I attended there. Yeah, and then I attended as advisory board there. So it all started from there. So people who listened me, next time they came to me, can you please attend in our conference? I really liked your point. The next, so it went like by a chain, somebody noticed, another noticed, but I didn't put any block in my LinkedIn, like telling how great I am, nothing. So about 40 under 40, also the main editor, she's in France, she approached me and said, 2 years, I was following your LinkedIn, I was amazed because I also was a main speaker in IC Square. IC Square, it's a main CISSP certificate.
Yeah.
So I was in Vegas in Security Congress, main speaker there as well.
Unbelievable.
Then she asked me, can you write an article about critical? Then I wrote an article and she checked, she said, it's amazing. Like what you wrote, it's really truth because I'm writing not from the book or copy pasting. It's just what I'm thinking, the future of cybersecurity. Yeah. So then, yeah, I got after 40 under 40 and she asked me, you're in Dubai, I will put UAE. I said, I love my country. Is it possible to put Kazakhstan first, then UAE? So I became in top cybersecurity magazine. I wrote article and 40 under 40, which I'm really proud and excited. So those people approached me. I didn't approach nobody, and nobody paid PR, marketing, nothing. So as I always say, if you're knowledge enough, especially Western countries, everything, they look to your context. Not to status or whatever. Yeah, when you speak, they look, what are you talking? Are you talking real stuff, or are you talking bullshit from the Google? Right?
Yeah.
Yesterday I was explaining to my youngest one. He said, "Mom, I want to be ethical hacker." I'm like, you need to learn right now, math. Start from math. And he was like, "Mom, I have Google." I'm like, "No, honey, Google is not going to help you always."
Yeah.
So if you're knowledge enough, you will be recognized. This is what I have observed so far. So it's because of my knowledge, they're not looking my country, anything. They just want me to come and share my knowledge.
Yeah, your words so motivational. It's great to hear things like that. Thank you.
As it's the end of 2022, I want to ask you about the next year. What will be the most trending theme in cybersecurity for 2023?
So since I work in critical infrastructure, my usually focus when I analyze threat intel reports, I analyze the critical infrastructure. So I would say the most common attack will be ransomware. Ransomware. Mostly will be common attack ransomware. And we need to build our defensible architecture. We will be attacked. So we need to build a defensible architecture and our incident response plan very well. So we need to do this before we didn't have before that. We need to do right now threat hunting, threat intelligence, and be ready for the attack. Do the drill. Like yesterday, again, I wrote about Olympic Games attack in Korea, in South Korea. If you remember, it was 2016 or 17. They were Olympics in South Korea. When they had an opening ceremony, there they had an attack. So ransomware, basically. Everything was unavailable, all the ticketing, all the application, because they did 20 times drilling for this worst case scenario. They were able to recover very quick everything from the scratch, all the domain controls, everything. So that's why I always say, be ready to the worst case scenario and build defensible architecture to have more visibility. I would say in these terms trending, but I don't want to say, cloud security is good, this is good, this is good. Wherever you work, make sure that you're ready for the worst case scenario.
You are on the front line of industrial and corporate cybersecurity. What problems do you see in cybersecurity which need solutions right now?
With the Honeywell, the good thing, I'm a vendor side and I'm privileged to work with many, many companies, and the big companies like Adn, Saudi Aramco, like with big, and sometimes I need to consult and help them to solve their problems. And when I was in the US in the conferences, I got a lot of questions. And when I meet with CISO, most people, the main problem is right now to get the right people. People with the right knowledge. They say all these technologies are cool, but somebody needs to maintain it. So the main problem is with the people with the right knowledge. It's not just bringing people who just did some try hack me or hack the box several times and good pen tester and wow, no, it doesn't work like this, because cybersecurity is about process, people, and technology. So when people comes, the right people, what they're looking, they need to take into account process, technology, and people. This is what I will always say. And that's why training is becoming very, very popular, because I'm trainer in Honeywell. So I go to the customer side. I was in Dublin, I was in London. So I go to the customer side, I train them, and I see after 3 days of training about, I see a cybersecurity best practices. After 3 days, I can see how they have changed. Like, it's not like people are talking, attack is attack, but you need to analyze, right? You need, we call it attribute, because people care attribute. Oh, it's US, it's North Korea, it's Russia. We are professional. We don't care. We need to care how attack happened, how they entered to the network, how they got the foothold, and then how malware got in. So this we all are analyzed according to the cyber kill chain. So I say the people, right people with the right knowledge, with the right training is very important right now. And one of these solutions must be there, because we have a lot of amazing cool tools, but people need to manage this and maintain.
So the people is the weakest point in the system.
We have people are the weakest point for the social engineering. That's why we need to conduct social security awareness training.
But don't click the link.
Don't click the link. Yeah. So right now, like in critical infrastructure, even awareness training is becoming popular to the just technicians, to the field engineers. So I'm going to the site to give them training. Like I'm coming because they say, wow, it's not in from our organization coming and giving. And another thing, people are the strongest link when it comes to the incident, in order to detect this incident, to analyze and to stop this
and mitigate.
And mitigate. So sometimes I say 2 people with the right knowledge make so much difference in your team rather than having 10 people.
Thanks for your experience and knowledge. So your words so motivational.
Thank you very much, team. I always say, unfortunately, I spoke in English because everything at my work I do in English. And I always say, I think Tim Cook, Apple CEO, said, best to learn English is by doing IT or cybersecurity, if you want to learn the English first. Yeah. So unfortunately, English is a common language in our industry. That's why I use this language. But I try in Kazakh and Russian to give the interviews as well. And I would like to say to the people, if you need any help, if you have any question, I always answer to the messages in my LinkedIn, and I always accept connects, unless it's all about selling their products, which is not related to my industry. But I'm very, very open, and especially, as I said, Kazakhstan is my country, and I do a lot of volunteering work. And if you can approach me, Saltanat Mashirova, it's in LinkedIn, just, yeah. And then team, you're doing very, very, very great job, because we need more and more this kind of podcasts, and you need to put this in Spotify everywhere, because
of course, it will be everywhere.
Yeah, that would be very awesome. And yeah, cybersecurity is a very exciting field. Never give up. And it's all about learning. And as I said, you can never be confident that you know enough cybersecurity, but this is how it's exciting. 1 minute we have here to bring the attention. In Kazakhstan, in terms of critical infrastructure, we have, usually it's oil and gas field, like the Tingis, like KPO, they're the usually ahead of this. And they have cybersecurity, they have the new technology, but we still, of course, we have this issue with energy. Yes, it's not automated what to talk about cybersecurity, but I would like to bring attention, if someone is listening me, that everything starts with automation, and cybersecurity should be in mind. And even like nuclear power plant, for all of this, you need people first.
Yeah, of course. It's so serious, and we have to approach it accordingly.
Yeah, accordingly. That you need people first. You need to train them first in the design stage. I always say this.
It was awesome. Huge thanks to you. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, I have enjoyed our conversation and көп рахмет.
Sizge rahmet, әрине.
Dear listeners, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If so, click the like button, share the episode with your friends, and tag us on social media. If you have any questions or guest suggestions, email us infosec@think.kz. See you soon.
All our love and all I